Who doesn't know about samurai and ninja, right? These two cool icons from Japan that we often see in movies and anime. But often we wonder if samurai and ninja were to fight, who would win? And actually, what are the differences between them? First of all, let's talk about samurai. They are warriors who faithfully serve the Japanese nobility. The name samurai itself comes from the word mimamoru, which means to guard. Initially, the main task of samurai was to guard and protect the nobility. But over time, they became known as warriors skilled in using the Japanese sword, katana. Samurai have been active from the late Heian period to the Edo period. They have a distinctive Japanese dress style, wearing hakama and sporting a shanmai hairstyle. During battles, they wear heavy helmets that make them very hot. But that's part of the style, right? The number of samurai also skyrocketed, especially during the Sengoku period, a time of intense battles. As time went on, the meaning of the word samurai changed. Originally, the word referred to those who were tasked with guarding, but later it referred to military warriors, or warriors who used the Japanese sword. Samurai have a strict code of ethics called bushido, which means the way of the samurai. The difference between samurai and bushi is also important to note. Bushi is actually a general term for people who live by fighting. But samurai are special samurai who serve the nobility. But sometimes there are also samurai who become ronin, meaning masterless samurai, nobushi who become wandering samurai, or ashigaru who become foot soldiers. The sword is closely associated with samurai. There is a saying that the sword is the soul of the samurai, and indeed the sword truly became a symbol of courage and dignity for samurai. During the Edo period, samurai had a very special status. They could wear a sword at their waist. That's what is called taitū. Only samurai were allowed to carry swords after the Azuchi Momoyama period and beyond. The sword hunting order issued by Toyotomi Hideyoshi prohibited anyone but samurai from carrying swords. This sword hunt gave rise to the saying, "The sword is the soul of the samurai," and samurai strengthened their position as the ruling class. Now, onto the ninja. They are secretive agents who are always mysterious. They are trained to be spies, infiltrators, and troublemakers. These ninjas usually act as spies for their lord, providing information about the enemy, causing trouble behind enemy lines, and sometimes they are also involved in assassination operations. Ninjas always work invisibly, like spies. During the Warring States period, Sengoku period, they served powerful warriors, daimyo, feudal lords. Unlike samurai, ninjas have a unique fighting style. They rarely use Japanese swords, but more often use shuriken, blowguns, and other disguising tools. Ninjas have different abilities and weapons from samurai. They use shuriken, blowguns, and other disguising tools for their missions. Ninjas also have a special martial art called ninjutsu, which teaches how to disguise, infiltrate, and evade enemies. The techniques required for ninja activities, such as intelligence gathering, theft, and combat, collectively known as ninjutsu. There are various ninja schools, each conducting espionage activities for their masters, especially during the Sengoku period, when many samurai and bushi dreamed of unifying Japan. At that time, many ninjas were said to be working behind the scenes. There is a widespread belief that ninjas also sometimes acted as mercenaries. But as time went on, the role of ninjas began to diminish. After the unification of Japan by the shogunate, there were no more civil wars in this country, and as a result, the role of ninja was no longer needed. In modern Japan, There are no more ninjas, and they are called historical creatures. Although ninjas no longer exist in the real world, stories about them continue to live on in Japanese culture and tradition.